Alright guys, now this is just a really quick tutorial for my mate Dunk1978banker. Asked me about some of the weathering techniques that I've done in the past. So I'm going to show you very briefly, a very quick format on how I do it. Now this piece of plastic card I used as a tutorial for some airbrushing blending. Check it out in my playlist, it's under tutorials if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's a good example for me to show you what I do. Right, I'm just going to do some standard paint chips and some sort of like motion weathering. Right, I'm going to start with GW Chaos Black, and you have to bear with me guys because I find it very difficult to do this sort of thing on camera when I've got a tripod shoved up my nose. So I'm going to try my best. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some small black marks. Now you would put these appropriately on the tank or whatever it is that you're chipping up, but on this piece I'm going to give the illusion of motion. Okay, so there's my black chips. Just give my brush just a little bit of a clean. Okay, nothing simpler. Now I generally use Vallejo Model Air Steel for the next bit, but you can use anything. You can use mithril silver, chainmail, anything that you think will have a high contrast against the black. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load a little bit on my brush now, and then what you're aiming to do now is to, I hope there's not too much glare here, go back over the black with the silver but leaving some of the area, so you're ending up with two overlaying colours, one the silver, one the black, a little bit there and a little bit there. There we go. I'll just clean my brush and then I'll bring it closer to the camera so you can see what I've done. Put the lid on my paint. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much what we've ended up with. Now I'm going to be using this next. I'm a big fan of this stuff. Sorry guys, I'm just blowing this to keep it dry. Tamiya Weathering Effects. This one is the Snow, Soot and Rust. I use an awful lot of this stuff. It's fantastic. It really is. So what we're going to do first now, you've got your paint chips in place. I personally use a brush, and here it is. It's very old. Let's get in focus. Stubby brush. I find that I have more control over the application of the powder. So basically I'm just loading up the brush now, and what I'm going to do very subtly as well, you need to do this. Let's find the best way that this isn't glaring. That's it. And over each spot that I've just put on, I'm dabbing the brush over. It's just, you don't need to be too mad. It's better to not put enough on than put too much on, because then you're going to have problems getting it off again. So there you go. While it's still on there, I've actually taken off some of the glare of the metal now and give it a bit of a rust effect. Now rather than just blow it now and blow off any excess, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my finger on it, each spot, and press hard and just give it a little bit of a drag. It's only subtle at the moment, but you may or may not be able to make out some motion blur now. So I'm going to add a bit more of the rust to that, just to make it a little bit more extreme on camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm putting hefty blobs of it now over each of the paint chips. I'm going to go do the same again now. That's starting to show up a bit better now. So what I'm going to do now, and this is the tricky bit, because I'm actually going to mix two of the colours now. I'm going to use the soot and the was it rust, and I'm going to do the same again over the top. So I'm essentially building up very slowly the effect that I want, because you could put too much on and balls it up, to be honest. See, like I have just there, that's a little bit streaky, but you can get away with it. The good thing about this stuff is you can work it in. If you put a little bit too much on, you can actually rub it off. There you go, look. So there you go, guys. As you can see, the effect's building up nicely. Not too bad at all. So there's quite a decent paint chip stroke rust run motion effect. This stuff's also really good for weathering the edges of things. So like, I'm just going to make a mess of this just so you can see what I'm doing. If you have armour plates all over a tank and you want to get in the crevices, it's really good for that sort of thing. As you see here, that would be in all the inset of the armour plate. I haven't got anything multi-dimensional to show you, only this flat piece, so I think you get the impression of what I'm talking about. So, and just to show you now how extreme you can get it, let's just do this bottom one here. I'm using just pure soot now. I'm giving, as you see, I'm doing a little line, can you see? Like so. I'm going to blow off the excess, and then I'm going to give it a really long streak. See what I mean, guys? Or you could alternatively, let's just clean the brush a little bit, get some rust colour. We'll do it on this big one here, can you see? So I'm basically doing like a teardrop effect and dragging the brush down like so. But if I want to make that a little bit more blended, and there you go. So I know it's not much of a tutorial, guys, so it's the best way I can explain to you. So I hope that's of some use to you. So don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.